Trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Attention all business owners and creative minds. Do you need a unique and personalized touch for your products? Look no further than Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs. We offer custom laser engraving services for a variety of products, including promotional items and corporate or personal gifts. With state-of-the-art equipment and a team of skilled designers, we can engrave intricate designs on virtually any material. Whether it's a special message, a company logo, or a custom design, Romika Laser Engraving will help you make your mark. And the best part, our prices are affordable and our turnaround time is quick.
I couldn't be happier with the work Romika Laser Engraving did for me. The engraving on my product was precise and exactly what I wanted.
So don't wait any longer to add a personal touch to your products. Call Romika Laser Engraving and Custom Designs today at 817-400-4040 or visit our website at romikadesigns.com. We look forward to helping you make your mark.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
You're listening to JoCo Community Radio.
Good morning, Jobfather Nation. We are so excited to be here yet another beautiful Friday. Just a reminder, my screen was on. I don't know why my screensaver came off. Okay. Foster, can you hear me okay? Because I look frozen.
I can hear you just fine.
All right. I'm going to go through the announcement and then hopefully my screen will unfreeze because I'm showing my internet's good. But NTX Radio is a radio and podcast collective proudly serving all of North Texas and can be seen and heard all over the world on TuneIn Radio. And you can also listen to it on the NTX Radio app. Just plug into NTX Radio on Android, Apple CarPlay, or just ask Alexa to play the NTX Radio app. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We thank our valued partners helping us amplify the voices of North Texas. With that being said, let's quickly bow our head for a quick word of prayer. And what I might do, Foster, is log off and log in to see if that helps.
We can see you just fine.
It's frozen though, isn't it?
It's frozen on my end. Yeah.
It's frozen on my end as well.
Yeah, it's frozen on mine.
Yeah.
Well, it's not frozen on my end.
Oh, well, I'm good with that, but I'm going to still try to get
Go
my
right
background
ahead.
up. But let's bow our head for a quick word of prayer. How about we do that? We're so excited for today. We got a fabulous show. Father God, thank you for the privilege and the honor to be here serving the job seeker and job transition and community. Lord, we just ask that you would open up amazing doors of opportunity for each and every job seeker and transitioner. Please help them to grow and build fruit during this time, lead, guide, and direct their steps and help them to make good decisions. Lord, we just pray you would anoint the show that we could focus on sharing truly helpful information that will support the job seeker and job transition and community. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Well, Foster, Mez, so excited.
Yeah,
we have a big day today.
Hello.
We got Mez with us. She's got the fronts on. Look at her, man. Look at studious and all that stuff.
Go, Mez.
Thank you. I know. Gorgeous.
So, guys, check this out. We like to share jobs that we know that we are recruiting for. And I am a recruiter, guys, and I am looking for a controller. So you CPAs, you guys out there, I'm looking for a controller for an industrial type of company that has just been, they have not been just purchased by one of those venture capital companies, but they are a venture capital company, and they are spreading all out through the United States. Their sixth location is going to be here in Dallas. The cool thing that happened, and this is what we're going to be talking about, you guys getting involved with the network today. The cool thing happened is that I knew the CEO before he got his job in California. And from the other radio show, the Who You Know Job Networking Show, we had him on there, and he got a job and stuff in California and grew with the company. And now he's back in Dallas. He's like, hey, I need a controller. So, guys, you know me. So if you are a controller and you have had industrial experience before, we probably want to talk. Now, my number, guys, is 214-728-6930. Let me tell you again, 214-728-6930. Give me a call, especially if you know somebody there. Thanks, Maz. Thanks for putting that out there. And let's see who's with us anyway. Yolanda's with us. All right.
Hey,
Maz,
Yolanda.
good morning, Yolanda. Yeah. Good morning, J Hop. Dana's back.
I'm back.
She's
It's
live.
working. I just tried to call Tiff. Woo!
Hey.
Okay, so hey, Dana, do you have any particular opportunities that you'd like to share today? You might not have. You might have. I don't know.
I appreciate you asking. Okay, it looks like my camera's good. I am excited to say that we just recently filled a couple positions within our organization. We still have an exciting payment poster. It's a revenue cycle management role within the healthcare space. Very exciting opportunity, great leadership team available at our Dallas office. We recently filled our IT role. And I will say we have open positions nationwide in our practices. We have over 123 oral surgery practices. Within
wow.
those practices, we hire a lot of people for things like front office insurance verifications, patient care coordinators, treatment coordinators, sterilization techs, surgical assistants. And
Wow.
some of these roles we're able to fully train. If you're really interested in a new opportunity, something fresh, for reliable, smart, professional individuals that just love to learn and enjoy working with people, you can go to Beacon Oral Specialists with an S at the end.com. That's Beacon, like a beacon of light, Beacon Oral Specialists.com, just the name of our company.com, and check out all of our locations. We literally have practices throughout the United States.
All
We've
over
got
the Yep.
great individuals. I think we have literally, Foster, over 50 positions open right now.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, check it out.
I
We've
need
got
to
a
go to
lot.
y'all's. I need to go to you guys' website because you know
Yeah,
what? I know
you
the
just go to the
recruiter.
careers page. It's
I
so
yeah,
easy.
I know
Yeah.
the recruiter there. So, okay.
Huh.
I'll go
And I worked with a wonderful company called Caris Life Sciences for 8 years. I know the
Oh,
team
yeah.
and I know Lisa, the director, very well. And Caris hires a lot of positions here in Dallas,
Yep.
as well as the Phoenix,
Phoenix.
Arizona.
Yep.
Yep. And they tend to hire a lot of, in Phoenix, a lot of lab operations, customer support roles. In Dallas, a lot of revenue cycle management, billing type roles, marketing roles. Sometimes they're hiring in HR, accounting, and finance. A lot of marketing. Through the years, I worked on a lot of marketing opportunities. So I suggest same easy process. Just go to carislifesciences.com, just the name of the company.com, and go to their career section
CARIS.
as well, because they hire a lot. And Foster, I want to encourage all of our listeners, and I don't know what anybody else has seen, or Mez, what you've seen, but I've noticed that even though some companies have gone through some layoffs, a lot of companies are hiring. There are a lot of companies out there
Yeah,
hiring.
it
So
is.
stay joyful, stay proactive, continue doing what you're doing.
Well
Guys,
said.
the last 3 weeks at South Lake Focus Group, we have seen a load of landers. Even
Good.
one day, we even had 10 in 1 week. So,
Oh,
we
yay.
Amazing.
Yay.
Praise God.
the cauldron is bubbling. So,
It's
That's not creepy or
bubbling.
anything.
Keep
so
it bubbling.
Yep.
hey,
Hopefully the economy will
I'm
can
I'm
get
excited
be
today,
better.
Dana, because we got Mez with us. We're always talking about this Mez character.
This Mez character.
Yeah, there she
Oh,
is.
that's creep.
There
She's
she is right
creepy.
there. That's what a Mez looks like right there.
That's what I
So
meant.
cool.
Lucky
So
mate. Let's poke
let
it with
me
a stick.
Oh my
let
gosh, that's the
what you
truth.
say?
Let's poke it with a stick.
Oh my gosh.
That is the best t-shirt for Mez I think I've ever heard.
Pretty much me in a
This
nutshell.
is
But
a Jobfather, you guys. That's the name of this show. That's why we have fun here while we're in job search. We have fun.
We
So
do.
okay, let me throw a dad joke at you guys.
Oh boy,
Okay.
here we go.
No, I ain't. It's a question.
Just kidding. I love
So
your dad jokes. They're fun.
have you guys seen these glass coffins now?
creepy, but no.
That
No.
is kind of creepy, isn't it? Yeah, I guess
They
that's
So Christ from the
are.
Argentine.
I wonder how people are gonna take that. I wonder if it's gonna be popular. Well, it remains to be seen.
Oh, wow.
Good
That
one.
was cute, Foster. I do like that one. That was cute. I'll give you credit.
I
Um,
had you. I had you on that one, didn't I?
That
Foster.
was super
I'm sitting
cute.
here going,
Where's
I'm
it
like,
going with this, right?
So anyway, okay, so guys, here's what we're going to do today. Mez is with us, and Mez is with us because she's going to share her story. Now, here's what happens in the network. A lot of
special
times,
guest, special
as you
guest.
guys get out and you guys network, we're always talking about getting out in person and networking, and Zoom, of course, as well. But you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know
True.
what's going to happen. There are all kinds of opportunities and stuff that pop up out there, and as you meet people, you find out about some of these things aren't even posted openly.
So true.
So,
So
you
true.
know, Mez is a biochemical engineer. Can you believe that? Look at her.
Yeah.
And she don't, the first thing you're not gonna think biochemical engineer looking at that girl, but
She's a model.
Okay.
but Maz is really really smart,
Thank you.
and you know what? She discovered something by networking. So, Maz, take it away. Tell us a little bit about what I'm talking about.
All right. So, what we're going to do with this part of the show is kind of give my testimony. So, I'm going to read my landing speech. And it's a little bit different of a landing
Love it.
speech, but I always think testimonies, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I love me a testimony, and that gets you
Yeah.
fired up and more motivated.
Same
It's like,
here,
oh,
girl.
okay. Right. So that's what I'm going to do, and then we'll get into after my landing speech. I would like to talk about the key pivotal points of my job search and where I fell short and what I wish I could have done over. Very practical insight for just my journey. So, are you guys ready for the landing speech?
Mm-hmm.
For
Let's
sure.
do it.
All right.
Do it.
So, I'm going
She
to read
played
it.
the AI version for me last night.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, I
Maz,
did.
you sound like you're a radio
I
star.
was
Well, you
I was
are.
kind of sick last night, y'all. Sorry I didn't respond. I was hurting and
It's
hurting. I'm feeling better
fine.
today. So
Te- Tequila does that to you, you better
Yeah.
be careful.
no, it was not alcohol. Trust me.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
You
Maz,
guys
I'm sorry.
stand
I'm
on it. It's
sorry.
okay. It's okay. All right. So, here
Sorry,
we go.
Maz.
Here's the
Foster's
landing.
poking the bear
You're
over here.
good. All right. Landing speech. Let's do this. You want to do it? Do it. All right. My landing speech. This is the way I started out. I'm going to read it word for word the way I read it at South Lake Focus Group when I landed. Praise Jesus. Amen. My name is Meg Rose Quiterio, and I have landed. Ladies and gentlemen, the following testimony you are about to hear does not necessarily reflect the views and teachings of this job search network. Listener discretion is advised. Friday, October 4th. This is what I read.
I love this already.
Yeah.
I know.
I received a phone call from a sweet sounding peanut of a recruiter. In what felt like a 10-second conversation with this woman, she was so excited she transferred me to her manager. Her manager, in contrast to her, did not seem to share the same enthusiasm about me. To my surprise, he asked if I was available for an interview on Monday, October 7th. About 10 minutes before I left for the interview, I did my research on the company. While in the parking lot, 5 minutes before my interview, I researched the person who I would be interviewing with. The first half of the interview was stiff and awkward, and then it turned into awkward and personal. Very personal. Not expecting anything to progress further with this company, I honestly tried to erase the whole interview experience from my memory, and then I received a phone call from the recruiter asking if I was available to meet the team that Friday, the 11th. Dazed and confused, I agreed. I had three other interviews that same week with companies I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. In the week prior to the interview, I found out all three companies had turned me down.
Yeah.
Friday came. My eyes were swollen, my spirit and drive sucked out of me, and now at an interview with a team I could care less about me or what they thought about me. Needless to say, my filter was off. Little did I know, their filters were off too.
Yeah.
In about 20 minutes, we had talked about all we wanted to talk about, and all of us just wanted to get out of there. I have never ran to the elevators so fast in my life. Disappointed and confused, I thought to myself, I want nothing to do with these people or this company. Monday, the 14th, I got an email, not from the recruiter, but from the hiring manager. Can you come in to meet the C-suite at 3 p.m. tomorrow? And my initial response is, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. I did. That's exactly what I did.
What she was thinking. I remember talking to her about it.
And then I responded to his email.
Share it, girl. Share it.
Exactly. A meeting to meet with the C-suite the next day. At this point, it would have been a good idea to do a little bit more additional research on the company or the people that I would be interviewing with. Did I? No. As The interview was wrapping up with the C-suite. They all asked the same question at the end of the interview as they do. Do you have any questions for us? Out loud, out of nowhere, I blurted, yes. What do you want from me? Just with that tone. Dazed and confused, they probably felt like they were on a episode of Interviewing Punked.
Oh.
And little did I know, they weren't done with me yet. They smiled, and one of the VPs asked me, if you were a pencil and you were dropped into a moving blender, what would you do?
God,
I completely thrown off on the answer or the question. I said, I don't know, think skinny thoughts? Everybody erupted in laughter. And then another gentleman asked me, what does NCC 1701 mean to you? I wrote it down, thinking it was a regulation or code I should know for the job or the industry. I finally shook my head and said, I have no idea. Everybody smiled and giggled. Finally, the interview was over. Knowing I had no chance for this company or getting hired, I decided to have a little fun with my thank you emails. To the gentleman that asked me the blender question, I professionally thanked him and told him I was very excited about this opportunity. Attached to the email was a little businessman dropped into a blender. Oh, I didn't care. To the gentleman who asked me the NCC 1701 question, I thanked him in the same way and put a giant Star Trek Enterprise picture with the label NCC 1701.
That's right.
Then I did. The next Wednesday,
That's
I was in
awesome.
the HR meeting, which we'll talk about here in a minute, and completely defeated. I had to start it from scratch, got rejected from all my companies that I wanted, not expecting anything. The recruiter called me and told me I had gotten the position. Now I am an IT project manager
Wow.
to the best company I could possibly imagine. It would take divine intervention to get me away from this company. So that's my landing story. And the thing I want to kind of wrap up is I clearly didn't do anything to deserve or earn a position in this company. I was a mess, emotionally, whatever. God gave me that position. Only God could have given me this position.
Uh-huh.
And now that I have it,
Yeah.
you couldn't get rid of me. So that's what I wanted to start with. That's my landing story. And it's very entertaining, number one. And I did hold up pictures and posters in South Lake Focus Group, Foster. I think you remember that.
Uh-huh.
But I want to start with that and kind of continue on going. I was a biochemical engineer. I didn't fit in with the engineering groups at South Lake Focus Group or Frisco.
No, you didn't.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't fit in.
Really?
I didn't.
Interesting.
I was just like, they looked at me like I had 6 heads. I'm like, and of course, Foster being Foster, he was like,
You're too cool for school, girl.
well, you know, don't give me a big head. I will take advantage. Anyway, but Foster, I think I was getting, I don't know if I was in tears, Foster, I don't remember, but you were like, how did you come to the HR group? You know, it's on Wednesday. You invited me. I mean, I didn't think about it. So do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Your personality. I'm going to say, hey, Andy Chin. Andy is with us. Andy Rust is with us. And JoDee, I know you know Andy. So, hey, Andy. And her name is Andrea, but we call her Andy. So, I mean, come on, we're in Texas.
She's bad to the bone. Love her. Love her.
So the funny thing is, guys, let me tell you something. You never know what's gonna happen. So if you get out amongst people,
you're absolutely
and
right.
allow it to work. Oh, Derek Galindo, yes sir,
yes sir.
That's my main man, 50 grand right there. That's Mez's husband. So. Guys, getting back to where I was trying to go before, man, Derek got me off base.
Yeah, he got you messed up.
Guys, when you get out and you share your personality, it was a personality that I wanted in my HR group. I said, you know what, Mez, I always suggest that all job seekers to make sure and connect with the people in HR. I think that makes sense. Because that HR group initially started for recruiters. So we had recruiters, we had HRP. There's Rex Sowett. Oh my God, y'all.
That's a good question too when you're done.
Love Rex.
Talking about HR people.
So
and so I invited Mez out because of her personality. I wanted her to get her into that group. And she fit into that group hand in glove. And things started happening. And the next thing you know, Mez was honestly, she was one of our lead voices in that group. And things just kind of happen, guys. When God gave us all gifts, and if we get out amongst people, my dad used to say, Foster, you got to get out and pour yourself all over everybody. And I'm like, what is this man talking about? But he was right.
Yeah.
You will get
But your
out.
dad's
Yeah,
right.
you
You're
get out, and those gifts
yeah.
will raise you to the top, guys. And you'll be surprised where they end up. There have been people on this radio
Yep.
show that have been called by companies for
Correct.
something
Yeah.
opposite from totally different from what they were on the show looking for.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Well,
go ahead, Dana.
honestly, Foster, you and Mez are absolutely correct. And I'm just a quick story for
Yes.
me. I was cold calling in one of my recruiting jobs earlier in my career. Okay. And this is a God thing. Again, another God story. And this one candidate I called, who was, I think, an accountant, said, hey, you might want to go check out. And if some of you have heard this, my apologies, but it goes in with what we're talking about today. Careers in Motion
Oh
at
yeah, that's
Watermark
where I
Church. They
met
have
you.
a
Yep.
big
Yeah.
group of individuals, and you'll be able to find a lot of good candidates over there.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, wow, thank you. So I knew nothing about it. I just knew where it was and what time. So I showed up over
Mhm.
there, and as soon as I walked in, I met Steve Ackley
Steve
and
Ackley.
James.
Oh,
Super
super
nice.
awesome. Love
They
that.
brought me to sit in the circle where the recruiter, I told him, well, I'm a recruiter and I'm coming to recruit people from your group. And they're like, oh, this is wonderful. Well, here, come into this group. And so I learned a little bit about the processes behind what the individuals that are looking for jobs go
Mhm.
through. Got talking with Steve, got talking with James, and they introduced me to Dwight and said, would you consider, doing some speaking for us? I mean, just out of the blue on my first or second time
Yeah.
there. Would you consider doing some speaking for us and maybe sharing some tips and treasures on helping job seekers? And I'm like, sure, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I give back to the community? I've been in recruiting for a while. I could think I could help a lot of people. And then lo and behold, Foster shows
Oh
up to
Lord,
one of
it's
those.
over.
Lo and behold, Foster has me start speaking at his groups. And praise God, now I know Mez and Foster, and I'm part of one of the most amazing radio shows and podcasts.
Absolutely.
And it's all because I showed up,
Yeah, you
Foster.
just showed
All
up.
I did was walk through a
That is,
door.
yeah.
And it's not like that every time. I mean, it doesn't mean every time you go somewhere, right, Mez? I mean,
No.
you probably walked through a couple doors before you walked through the door that led you on that journey, but you did it. You got up, you went out, you did it, Mez,
Absolutely.
and you
Right.
were your true self. And you met Foster, you met people, and Foster tends to surround himself with lively people like Mez and I, but not everybody is lively, and
No.
and
No, and
we
that's
all
okay.
have valued
Yeah.
people, and that's okay because we all have valued relationships everywhere from the quietest person you could ever meet to the loudest person you could ever meet, and they're all wonderful. And as long as they're proactive and they're doing their
Yeah.
part, they're finding jobs.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
Dana,
landing.
thank you. The
definitely.
number one job seekers. I want you guys to hear me. I'm going to use my Foster Williams deep voice. Listen,
Uh-oh.
the number one thing that you can do in job search, number one, I'm not kidding, is to get out from behind that computer and get out amongst people. I'm not kidding. We can sit on that computer all day long and roll our eyes in the head, and it drives our stress levels through the roof because we do all this applying for companies and we get this automated response. So we know it's not a person, we know it's a computer. And you get so frustrated. But when you get out amongst people, you get a chance to meet somebody that knows somebody, and Foster, Dana, or Maz, or somebody can say, hey, I know somebody at that company. I know the
Yeah.
recruiter. I know that. I might even know, for me, I may even know the hiring manager because we're talking hundreds of
Yeah.
thousands of people in
Yeah.
25 years. Hundreds of thousands of people have landed jobs out of this network. So
Yep.
I get a chance to know them before they get their jobs. Not all of them, but probably
That's why you're the
80%.
Jobfather.
Oh my God. I knew you were going to bring that up. Oh, that's the name of this show. Okay, so I'll act like
Yeah.
so, guys, when you get out, you meet people that know somebody, and hey, it was just like what Dana said. I met Dana there at Careers in Motion.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's what we're talking about. And we're gonna meet JoDee Lantz. She's up there
Yay,
smiling
Jody.
right now, second part of the show, and she's got a neat story, man,
So
about
excited.
to share with us about what happened with her and how she ended up where she was.
Oh, this is story hour for
And
the
Mez,
show.
your story was
Oh, thank
amazing.
you.
That was good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Maz, oh my
I
God.
appreciate you
insight.
being
You
so
transitioned from a
yeah.
biochemical
Yeah.
engineer to a project manager. Oh my God. Is
Yeah.
either something wrong
It
with these
is,
people or
but
something wrong with you? I don't know. No, I'm kidding.
well, it says a couple things. Mez was true to herself.
Yep.
She did the work. She got out and networked.
Mhm.
She was proactive, and God will open the right door
Yes.
when it's the right door. He will.
He'll
He's
kick you
done
in the
it.
butt too to get into it. It's like, no.
Done
I
it my
love how
whole
you're
career.
creative with it too.
Yep.
Like you thought outside the
Yeah.
box, got out of your comfort zone, it sounded like, and you were very creative.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
we
love
all,
that about you.
we all
Absolutely.
froze
Yes.
there
Thank
for a
you.
minute, didn't we? Oh my goodness.
It's okay. But we're excited to hear your story here. We're about to hear some music. But when we come back, we have JoDee and more questions from the audience. And we are super excited. Aren't we,
Yeah.
guys?
We'll
And
keep
another
going.
guest.
You know,
We are
Yes.
so
I'm
excited.
glad Rex is with us today because Rex
Yes.
is the
I
one that
love
helped
Rex.
me start doing all of this stuff. He didn't know he was doing it, but he was. I watched Rex. I met Rex
Aw.
because Sonia Lowry told me at the beginning of networking for me. Sonia
Yeah.
Lowry said, Foster, you need to meet Rex out. And I did. And look what happened. Now we got a big old network. Okay,
Enjoy
there's that music
We'll
that
be
Maz
back.
was
Don't
talking
go away.
about. We'll be back with JoDee.
Bye. See you on the second half.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Welcome back to the second half, Jobfather Nation. Just a reminder that NTX Radio is a radio and podcast collective proudly serving all of North Texas and can be heard all over the world. It's a global channel, y'all, on TuneIn Radio and on the NTX Radio app, found on Android, Apple CarPlay, and Alexa.
Alexa.
You can simply you can simply log on and listen any time of the day. Check out our lineup and more at ntxradio.com. We truly do thank our valued partners in helping us amplify the voices of North Texas, and we thank Tiffany Hurd for allowing us to be part of this wonderful lineup to reach numerous job seekers and job transitioners nationwide. And the two main focal points that we have on the show is to help share wisdom, knowledge, and encouragement to job seekers and job transitioners, as well as share tactical resources. So we are glad we had a wonderful first half where our beloved Mez shared the most incredible, amazing, fun story. I hope everyone feels encouraged because we're about to go into a second half with an amazing guest as well. What a packed show, Foster.
You know, we're doing pretty good today, aren't we?
Oh man, we have two
I
amazing
know,
guests.
we really do. Well, one of them for sure. And so
He wasn't talking about me either, by the way, Jody.
Maz's family, you guys.
Yeah, I was
No,
like, don't
not
poke the bear,
either.
man.
Maz's family, I'm poking the bear. So, guys, I
Mm-mm.
want to say something real quick. Dana brought something to my attention. If you guys ever thought about having your own podcast or radio
Mhm.
show, it is very affordable, guys. Now, I will put you guys in contact with that very Tiffany Hurd that Dana was just talking about. So call me. You guys know how to get in contact with me. I just gave you my number a
Mhm.
while ago. May as well put it on the screen again. But call me, email me, text, however, whatever y'all do, and say, Foster, let's talk a little bit more about this idea about me having a radio show, a podcast, all that kind of stuff.
Well,
And that is so cool
yep.
that
And
Tiffany
Foster,
does that. Yes, Dana. Yes, ma'am.
absolutely. And Foster, I want to do a call out for you as
Yeah.
well. Just a reminder, Foster stepped away about 10, 15 years ago from a very high level corporate job to serve God in the job seeker
Yeah.
community. And he has been blessed with amazing networking groups all over the United States and numerous ones here throughout the Metroplex that specialize in different career fields, as you heard Mez talking about earlier. And it does take time, energy, and money to help people connect and help people find jobs. So please don't forget to go to search for you, Foster and Mez. Hopefully you can get
Yep, I got it.
just like we do every week, the email address, I mean, not the email
Yep,
address,
I
the
got it.
website up
URL.
and donate. Yeah, and donate and give back to the job seeker community that A, helped you land, or B, donate to something out of showing support for those that are in the transition right now. It really does help Foster day in
Well,
and day
it
out
helps.
with everything he needs to do to support these groups. Keep in mind, this is a volunteer situation here.
We don't
Foster,
get
this is
paid.
not something that's
Oh,
is for
Dana,
profit.
thanks. Yeah.
No, it's nonprofit.
None of us get
So
paid
he,
there at
we
all.
want to bless him because he puts a lot of time into our lives.
Mhm. That's a good
And you
point.
guys, it's a tax write-off if you do
There you
that.
go.
If you contribute, it's a tax write-off. Dana, thanks for telling that. You tell it a lot better
Mhm.
than I do. They don't want to hear from me.
Well,
Then,
it's a
so
lot harder to say it about ourselves,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
and it is. It
yeah.
is. But you know what? Okay, I'm gonna make y'all laugh again. I'm gonna see if I can get this right. Okay, I went to HEB the other day,
Mhm.
right? And these HEBs are going up everywhere.
Love HEB.
There was this orange. I'm totally threw us off. It was an orange walking around HEB. And the security guard's looking over there and say, that looks a little suspicious. Let me go over here and see. So the security guard went over there and said, hey, you look like an orange. What are you doing in here? What are you doing? And the orange says, well, I'm just looking around.
That was terrible.
Okay.
No, sir. No, I get it.
Orange being round.
Oh, because he's round.
Yeah.
I'm looking around.
She got it.
Oh,
No.
Foster.
Okay.
75.
So
No.
Derek, you're gonna have to grade me on that one today.
That one was
Derek-
kind of funny. I'm not gonna
Derek-
lie. So
Derek's my man, so he's gonna be on
Of
my
course
side.
he
That's
is.
right. You and Rex. Okay, so guys, look at there. So with us today is JoDee Lantz.
Hi.
Now she's not JoDee. I want you guys to check her out on LinkedIn. There's a lot of companies that are listening to us right now. Is JoDee is how she spells her name.
J-O-
JoDee Lantz.
J-O what?
JoDee.
Lance.
go JoDee.
Jo-
We're so glad.
Thank you.
JoDee's from Kansas City, so that's how they do
Yeah.
it up there. So
Woo, go
and JoDee,
Chiefs.
Yes.
I wanted to say, JoDee, you Gates Barbecue. Oh yes, absolutely. Anyway, This is partially a barbecue show. So there you go, guys. And Lance, I'm sorry, Maz, it's Lantz.
Oh, my bad. JoDee, how do you spell your name for me
Yeah,
so I can
it's
put it in right?
JoDee.
Yeah.
EE.
J-O, wait, slow down. So J-O, capital D,
EE.
E-E, then L.
Like JoDee Messina.
Exactly. It's who I was named after.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No, wait. You were named after JoDee Messina?
Yeah.
Look at me.
That's how my mother would be like,
yeah.
is it
I think I got it right this
or
time.
or Y? And they'd be like, no, neither. And she'd be like, it's like JoDee Messina.
She's going to be JoDee.
JoDee.
I love it.
There you go.
I love it. JoDee, we're so glad you're here
Thank
today.
you.
Seriously. And Mez, thank you for getting that up for us, because let me just tell y'all, Foster, he's very selective. I say it every week, but it's the truth. He's very selective, and he's very specific about who he brings on the show, because we want to make sure that our audience understands the value of the people we're representing. And y'all, JoDee is amazing. So let's let JoDee kind of share a little bit with us on what you're looking for, JoDee.
You know,
what your background,
really
share
cool
with us.
how JoDee, it's really cool how she ended up doing what she's doing. JoDee's learning and development. And JoDee, let's tell a little story that you and I were talking about.
Yeah. So how I landed as an instructional designer or a talent development programs designer.
I love that stuff.
Many titles for it. E-learning developer, just depends on what company that I was working for that title. But how I landed is that I started, so I have retail experience in HR, and got to fill many hats with payroll, recruitment, talent acquisition, landed a role with a corporation in Kansas City that was very well known. And anyways, I was a talent acquisition coordinator, and they didn't have, this was in 2020. So when jobs, were happening and not happening and things going on, we were all there. What happened is that I landed the job with a company, again, first time in corporate HR, I should say. And I was finding out that our orientation was 3 days in the office. And of course, we're the only 3 people in the office because everybody else at this time is at home. It's like an apocalypse, like their calendars, everything.
Creepy or intimidating or anything.
Melly dinner everywhere still because
really.
I will never forget it. But anyways, I was doing orientation and I was realizing there's no training materials. It was really you take notes, you're learning, you're getting on the phones, doing these phone interviews, setting up with your hiring managers, all that jazz. Well, anyways, I started doing, I would call it my own chicken scratches. I started making my own job aids is what I was doing, with just screenshots, making my own notes. Supervisor at the time, he actually was like, where did you get this? And I'm like, I created that myself. And it landed me helping train other talent acquisition coordinators, to where supervisor was at home and she'd be like, hey, you got 3 coordinators coming in. Can you help train them and just do what you've done? And so I did that and I really enjoyed it. And so during my career, this company was very strong on your career path and where you're going and what you wanted to do. They wanted to invest in you. And so I had a supervisor during my one-on-one sessions, like, did you see there's a training coordinator position open? I think that would work for you. The team is great, the director, all that. So I applied, had an interview. And then long story short, I ended up getting promoted into talent development program coordinator from being a training coordinator, all within 2 years.
Oh, wow.
My skills was learn on site, me asking questions as a coordinator, how, logistics of things were happening, developing software for onboarding programs, as well as, for account executives, all the way from doing a training of how, training recruiters of how to do an applicant tracking system, which was Oracle Recruiting Cloud is what we had. So, working with
which is complex. Oracle's pretty complex.
So having the knowledge of this and having a supervisor being able to just invest into me as a person and my skills. And this is really where I found my fit. Going back to my early years in HR, I had a mentor. She's still my mentor to this day. She's now a VP of an HR recruiting firm in Kansas City. But she told me that learning and development is your fit. She told me about many hats of, umbrellas within HR. And she's like, L&D is for you, learning and development, because your personality of how you work with others and you want to see the growth of employees. So that is my fit, and I found it. And that's a long story short. So I love it.
What an amazing testimony. And one thing you said for our listeners, not only did I enjoy hearing about how your career transitioned and how you grew and developed and you've continued to glean these very impressive skills, but what does it take to do that? You were an outside the box
Yes.
thinker. You were proactive. You said, hey, this could be better. And you took the initiative. You thought outside the box.
Hell, they stole
You
our
were
notes.
proactive.
They stole her
Yeah, you were
notes.
driving solutions without being asked to drive solutions. And that's the kind of person, you see why we have the people we have on the
Mhm.
show. To somebody that can look ahead, be proactive, anticipate, and derive, not wait, but derive solutions. It's hard to find those people. Well, we have one, and you're amazing. I'm excited to hear that. And I firmly believe that's why you grew and got promoted, is because you took the initiative to drive it versus,
Right.
not.
Right.
Or however you want to say it.
Right.
I'm so glad you said that, Dana, because the number one thing is our personalities get us jobs, guys. You'd be surprised. Now, I'm not saying you have to be all gregarious and stuff like Dana and Foster and Mez are, but the right God will get you to the right place to meet the right people that will
Mhm.
understand you. They'll connect with you. If they feel connected to you, I guarantee you, they feel a whole lot better about hiring you and bringing you on aboard their team if they connect with you. If you don't connect with you, you're a know-it-all, or you talk too much like Foster and Dana, or no, I'm kidding. But they
Don't
won't
be
hire you
hating.
because they know they can't. Yeah,
And it's
won't put you in my team if you're going to upset the apple cart.
Yeah,
My
it's being
God.
yourself. Authentically being yourself,
Yes.
because a recruiter is going to know if you're being fake or not.
Oh, they can tell you fun stories.
Exactly.
Oh
That's
Being authentic.
brilliantly said. Well said, ma'am. But okay, so that's your story, but what do you want now? Because you
Yeah.
are available and you are gorgeous and absolutely fantastic, full of
Thank you.
life and ready to go. So tell us
Yeah,
Love
more.
it.
thank you. So what I would like to eventually land is we have this new thing called AI. We've all heard of it. We all know about
A
it.
devil, you
Oh my
say?
God.
That is, it's implemented in our daily lives, and I
Yeah.
am a huge supporter of
So
it.
funny,
To
Uh-huh.
where my nerd thing
me
on the
too.
side is I do the research, and I absolutely love reading it. LinkedIn Learning, being
Mhm.
involved in AI networking, and so groups that I'm happy to share these resources with anybody, of course, is the fact that AI is definitely implementing a lot into L&D, learning and development.
Correct.
And so what I have done is that I know Storyline, these are different types of, Storyline, Rise, and like I'm on the side developing just courses for fun, one, to keep up my skills, and two, I get bored and I get burnt out being job seeking, being
Love
honest.
it.
And I want,
Foster, she's a squirrel like we are.
keep
Dana,
it, I
she's
don't
our
want to get burnt
squirrel.
out doing this.
Purple,
So
purple
do what I
squirrel.
love and just being creative.
For
So
sure.
what I want to be is that eventually I would like to be a manager of organizational development, manager of learning and development. But I am happy with starting at entry level or mid-level entry as an instructional designer or a training coordinator, because I have a vast I have a vast knowledge of training from end to end.
It sounds like it. So are you still in Kansas right now?
No, I am in Alito, Texas, so just right outside of Fort Worth.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
Alito.
Yeah.
Yep. I know where you're at.
Yeah.
I go stargazing out there. They don't have any light
There's
pollution.
a lot of nothingness out there, but
It's much cleaner for
Yes.
sure.
And I am open to
But they got a good barbecue place out there, though.
really.
Okay, I'm sorry,
No, I could
JoDee.
talk barbecue
Keep
all
going.
day. That's great.
Yeah, Foster will not
So you're willing to
not
I
talk
think you
about
were
barbecue,
saying
but
that you were willing to relocate. You said that?
Yes, I'm willing
Okay,
to
sorry.
relocate. I would love to stay in the DFW area, but if the opportunity were to
Yeah.
land, I would take it. So
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough that the world is my oyster and I can go anywhere the job may be. So
JoDee and
that
I
is
were talking about
amazing.
Frisco because
yes.
we developed Frisco Connect, but Frisco is of interest to her as
Okay.
well. So you companies that are listening over in Frisco,
How you
hey, you know what I'm saying?
doing? Dana,
I want to say this. There's one thing that I notice companies. I want you guys to go to her LinkedIn profile and see this. JoDee is a person that you can bring in, and she can, from stem to stern, put together a program or choose an
Man,
adequate program
it's
for learning and
amazing.
development. yeah, for what you guys got going on and all that
Yeah.
sort of thing. So she is a designer, guys. So when you say design, oh my God, y'all, that means that somebody knows their stuff.
Yes, and I
Sure does.
definitely have done podcasts and video editing on the side too. So
Oh, that's
when I heard
huge
that,
right now.
it
So
is.
there's a lot going on actually towards your neck of the woods. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a lot of AI and infrastructure coming in to Texas. Apple has committed at least, I think, $4 billion. Or $1 trillion. Yeah, I
Oh
think it's
my
Yeah.
$4
God.
trillion in the next 10 years. And infrastructure.
I only need a
And I
million.
think it's
That's
in
all I need.
Abilene, possibly. That's
Abilene, yes, Abilene. That's a
Yes,
different
it
company. I
is.
know what
You're
you're
right.
talking about. That's a different company. So there's Apple. I know a lot of Canadian companies are actually moving down. So are you looking to do technology-based
yes.
stuff? Or, okay, so do you have any target companies that we can help you out with?
Yeah, so I've had target companies with American Airlines,
Oh, okay. We have
BNSF
Okay.
connections there
Railway
too. Mhm.
in Fort Worth,
Okay.
and also Live Nation is another target company. So on the side, when I was doing marketing events, working in retail space as an HR admin, we actually were assigned to go to concerts and do recruitment as well as marketing fun stuff. So, anyways, that was the fun side of the
Live
job.
Nation.
Long story
That's a
short,
perk.
That
love it.
sounds
It was so
fun.
fun
Yeah.
What's
being
Live
able
Nation?
to
I'm
be on
sorry, I'm
tour.
ignorant on this. Like, they're looking at me like I have 6 heads. I don't know what Live Nation is. I've never
No,
heard of
it's
it.
totally okay. Live Nation
Okay.
is a corporation that deals with a lot of labels with artists and
Okay.
events, concerts. Live Nation Texas in Arlington, near the Texas
Uh-huh.
Rangers stadium. That's where I started when I saw that. Of research and saw it was there. So
Perfect.
that
My son and
is.
my husband are about to smack me when they see this video. They're like, "How do you not know Live Nation?" I'm like, "I don't know."
It's okay, and it's really big in the UK right now. But that's a
Okay.
side hobby. Is like I
Uh-huh.
love to follow like social media and artists and country things and knowing about what's new and
Huge.
upcoming, keeping up.
So fun.
So
It
Mhm.
sounds like
Yeah.
marketing
I love
too.
country too, especially 90s country when
JoDee.
JoDee Messina was around.
Mhm.
I wanted to be a country music singer when I was a little girl.
No.
Aw.
I
I ended up
love
singing at
it.
little
Do
country
you do
music
you
chamber.
sing some for fun?
What was
We
that?
Oh, God.
I'm sorry, Dana. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I was just asking, do you still sing some?
No.
She's like, "No, please don't ask me to sing."
No. I'll sing in a church choir. Okay, but that's about it.
Oh, that's no pro but, Dana, Rex has a good question if you would like. I suck at reading this stuff out loud, so you're better at it than I am. So, do you wanna
Oh, I'm happy to read anything Rex says, and
Rex is
hopefully I can.
amazing.
Rex is so smart. It's like he's one of those that puts a question in there, and I'm like,
I don't
my brain. Okay,
exactly.
so yeah, so JoDee, with your aspiration to be a human resources manager, does your background give you a strong operational knowledge in recruiting, compensation, benefits, and HR analytics?
Yes. I was actually an interim HR manager for a while.
Oh,
Back
you're
when
thrown to the
I
fire.
started, but I was told I
Mhm.
didn't have
Oh
enough
wow.
That's amazing.
information. I didn't have enough information. I didn't have enough
Experience.
background,
I love
experience,
that.
knowledge, but that was 7, 8 years ago. So
I have a question.
So now
Mhm.
you've gleaned it
yeah,
and
Yeah,
obtained
we've
it. So
slept
that's
since
great.
I have a
then.
question.
You slept since
yes,
then.
yes.
This
Good
is
It was
question,
really
for
great.
all
Rex. And
Go ahead.
Jody, look at the way Rex spells his name. So when you
Yes.
go, I would strongly suggest, I'm being the job father again. I would strongly suggest that you connect on LinkedIn
Okay,
with Rex, and you get a conversation with that guy. You'll be surprised what comes out of that.
awesome.
It's a
There seems to be like in the new trend right now is that there's an AI machine engineer, learning machine engineer.
Yeah, there is.
Yep,
That
yep,
is
yep,
one that I'm
yep.
trying to get ahead with my thinking ahead skills with this of like
Okay.
if I need to go back and get more education, if there's on the job training for this, that has been
We
my
have
new niche.
many resources with that as well.
When you think about where we're going with all this technology, you can understand machine learning
yeah.
and learning and development is Jody's thing anyway. So yeah, Jody, you
Mm.
definitely want to dig in on that. And I want to get us another connection, I've got a connection at Live Nation, but it's way out in Massachusetts. so
Are
Oh,
you going
wow.
to go up there
so
or?
Yeah,
I need to dig
I'm
in.
willing.
Uh,
Oh, good.
yeah,
Good for
that's awesome.
you.
You know what I just realized? If Foster's the job father, then Rex is the job daddy.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Rex
Job day.
Rex is the
Uh-oh.
Rex is gonna hang up on us. He hates when you Rex hates when you give him all these compliments.
Oh,
It's
it's
funny.
so cute. He's adorable.
I'm the same
He's
way.
like, don't talk
Rex is like
about
me. I'm just,
me.
hey,
I feel like I've listened to Rex on,
Aw.
has he led, and Rex, your hair,
Yes.
has he
yes,
led
Jody,
sessions before? Because I feel like
Yeah.
for years
yeah.
he's been around. We used to have a big workshop here, and Rex was pretty much the primary. He wouldn't say that he was. There was a lot of us that were in that, but we all looked at Rex and we're like,
What are
okay,
we doing
Rex, what do you
now?
think
Like,
about it? Yeah, and Rex was very, 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 it still is very, very popular, even though now he's out in
is
South
he
Carolina
really?
now. He's out there
Oh,
by,
I didn't know
yeah,
he
he's out
moved down
close to
there.
Clemson out there. So go
Really?
type.
Oh, that's right. He is close to Kempson. I reached out to him when I went to our practice in Charleston because I couldn't remember which area of South Carolina because I was going to see if he wanted to do dinner. But yeah, we were in completely different parts of the state, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a big state.
yeah. I just want to put one last thing is that L&D folks,
Absolutely.
I know we're in this together, so do not give up. Just being able to network with
Yes.
South Lake Focus Group, Frisco. Also, there's some in Florida that I've been sitting on via Zoom.
Right.
Just being
There's
able to
one in
connect with the
Georgia
people there has been
too.
amazing.
Right,
Absolutely amazing.
Foster.
Jody, I want to take an opportunity to tell you this, and because I haven't, and this would be good because we're on the radio, and there's hundreds of thousands of
Correct.
people that probably listen to this. Well, yeah, out in Tampa, Florida. Now, this is on Zoom, guys. This is a service that is every Monday, 5:30 Eastern time on Zoom. It is called Transition
Thank you.
Masters. Transition, guys, not
Oh,
transition in
it's
your
so
car.
good, Foster.
Good.
Transition Masters, there are a cadre of coaches that get together, and basically they go through and teach you how to what we do when we're networking. How do we tell people what it is that we do good enough for them to understand what we just said? And because if we don't understand, here's my observation. A lot of people in the networking groups, especially the executive networking groups, we use this corporate speak,
I can't hear
and
Foster.
You can?
we use a lot of
I
you
can hear
can't.
you. Jody, can you hear him?
Okay, good,
Yes.
Okay, I hear you now.
Okay.
good.
I'm
If you
good. Sorry.
guys use if you guys use this lofty corporate speech and all these acronyms, everybody in different dimensions of what it is that you do, your areas of expertise, we all have acronyms. But if Foster is not, or Dana or Mez or anybody is not in that same HR deal or IT or whatever it is, we will not understand those
Correct.
acronyms that you're using. So guys, we should break it down and we should go through as much as we can, go through a normal day, what we do to help people understand what it is that we do. Then they can tell us, hey, you need to meet JoDee Lantz. Hey, you need to meet Rex Sowett. And then when you do that, you can explain to JoDee and Rex why you're introducing whoever it is that you're introducing. So, guys, we need to pare it down a little bit. Foster is from the country. Everything is very simple in my head. So when you guys start this real lofty speech and all that stuff, you can run off and leave me. And I've been a recruiter longer than I want to tell you I've been a recruiter. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That is Transition Masters. You guys can go to
Oh, is it
transitionmasters.org.
or crap?
Tran
I got it wrong. My
Tran
bad. My bad. Give me a
trans
second. Give me a
yeah,
second.
put that
Well,
Mez, if you
I
will put it
did.
okay.
well, and
Transition
Transition
Masters.
Masters
I
is
love it, guys.
incredible. Yeah, I'm glad you brought them
Yeah,
up,
it
Yeah.
Foster,
was.
It really
because
is.
it's an amazing service.
Oh, is it Masters?
Masters with
Oh,
an S, kind of like Dana's Beacon Oral
I'll get it right eventually,
Specialist.
guys.
And
I
they
do
have it broken down in
apologize.
to 8-10 week, so you know what they're talking about from week to week too. It's
Uh huh.
amazing.
Uh huh.
Transition.
You guys go to the website and you'll see the breakdown.
.org. I think I got it right the third time, Tiff. So my bad.
there's a wonderful man named Joe Jones. Boy, is that a common
Joe
name?
Jones.
If you go, if you guys go to LinkedIn, you put in Joe Jones. Oh my God, yeah, they got him over in the UK or wherever.
Go
Of course, they got
Joe.
so many of them.
Yes.
But Joe is the creator, founder of that, and he still facilitates and is absolutely wonderful. So I am there as well as other coaches, and I'm more like the traffic coach than anything else. I drive traffic there. So again,
I got
transitionmasters.org.
it right that time.
Yay.
But we have about,
All right,
I was going to
JoDee.
say, go ahead.
JoDee. And guys, once again, it's JO capital DEE.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you spell JoDee. And her Lantz is
Z.
LANTZ.
We'll
That's
have
the
a
way they
theme
do
song
it
for
up
you,
there in
JoDee.
Kansas. I don't know what to tell
Perfect.
you. Oh my God.
Perfect. Star Wars related for sure.
Thank you, Lonzo.
Yes,
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. And so
So is there any last minute messages or statements you want to take? Because
yeah.
we're about to wrap up the show here, JoDee, and the world is your oyster, like you said. So we
Yes.
are yielding the stage. Go for it.
Absolutely.
Feel free. Completely open and available, and feel free to connect with me. Definitely will respond back. Thank you all for your time. And keep
Absolutely.
networking. It's the key.
Companies, don't be timid.
Absolutely.
Don't be timid to reach out and talk to JoDee. Even if you're not in DFW, reach out
Yeah.
and talk to her. You guys never know what
Yeah,
she's up
talk to her. She's
to.
amazing.
Partially,
Yeah,
obviously,
I'll set up Zoom calls for sure.
obviously, JoDee can do things remotely. What she does can be done remotely, and I'm sure she's okay to get on an airplane and fly somewhere to Chicago or something. They got good pizza up there.
Especially a
Anyway,
private jet. So if you don't feel
Right.
Oh,
shy,
yeah, they do.
Wheels
don't
up.
be shy about the corporate jet to be picking up JoDee. She will
we
definitely take
laugh,
that.
but that happens. I've got 2 stories in my
Oh,
head
I
right
know
now where
you
that
do.
happened.
It's happened, JoDee. So we'll
Yeah,
get you
I
on a
do.
private jet here shortly for an
That would
interview.
be great. You never
Oh
know.
man. And JoDee is immediately available,
Yes.
guys. She doesn't have to be put in 2 weeks' notice.
I think we got cut off. Did we get... Okay.
Whoops. Can you hear us?
We can hear us,
Hello?
but apparently we got cut off.
Yes.
So JoDee, great job. We'll talk to you guys later.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
great job, everybody. Someone's typing, but thanks, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you soon, right, Mez? Yeah,
Yes,
I heard it.
absolutely. Bye, guys.
Thanks.